because the other parent has a high-paid attorney, and he's using all his power and his resources while I'm being represented by a court-appointed attorney. And I don't know how to address this issue.
Attorney Vincent Davis. I'm back, and this is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win. We're going to take our next call. Our next call is Annie from California. Annie, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask? Annie, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Mr. Vincent Davis. Hi, this is Annie. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Annie.
Yes. Mr. Davis, I have a question. I'm currently having a DCFS case. I'm a pretty decent person, but I have a lot of going on with the court-appointed attorneys. My daughter has been taken away from me. There are no such abuses of anything that your previous callers had. But the family battle, the family court, case which was going on has been brought up to the children's court. Apparently, there was a report filed by my therapist. A report was filed of abuse against the father by my therapist. Unfortunately, my attorney, court-appointed attorney, did not go into trial, and he suggested for reunification. Right now, DCFS is using it's a discretion, and I was having 4 hours of unmonitored visits, and I went back to, they have got me back to 2 hours of monitored visitation again, saying that my daughter has been saying things to the therapist, and the therapist is very biased, and they say that my daughter is telling her that I say bad things about the father and his sister. However, that is not true. It's the opposite. Mm-hmm. And I don't know which direction my case is going on. Because right now, my daughter has been placed with the father. The DCFS submitted a report giving recommendations of return of home to father, legal guardian, and reunification with the mother. And what I see is that DCFS is playing back and forth with me.
What do you mean?
They are treating me unfairly.
Okay.
They are favoring one parent over another parent.
Which
because the other parent has a high-paid attorney, and he's using all his power and his resources while I'm being represented by a court-appointed attorney. And I don't know how to address this issue, or where should I get help from?
Well, first of all, if you can get a private attorney if you wish. You can call around in your area, look for someone that might be able to represent you. You can go consult with another attorney or attorneys, sometimes for free, sometimes at a nominal cost. So that's one of the things I'd look into. But to address the issue of, the child's making allegations against you that aren't true, your visitation is probably monitored, isn't it, between you and the child? Or supervised?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
Hold
so
on.
I was providing all the summaries of the visitation, and they were not attached to the report. submitted by DCFS. The child was placed in the caregiving of, the child was placed with the paternal aunt at the father's home. And I was given 2 hours of monitored visitations. I worked hard. Another social worker stepped on the case, and I have done all the case plan, whatever the court ordered. I am facing a lot of issues with my daughter's therapist. She's biased, and she is saying things which my daughter, I believe, is being coached by her paternal aunt and the father. And it goes back to DCFS saying that I'm the one who is coaching my daughter, which is not true, because we were the ones who filed the report, and we were the ones who reported an abuse. So I do not have sufficient resources or financial resources to hire a private attorney, because all attorneys here in California, they charge their retainers, just their retainers start at $7,500, and their hourly rates can be $300 to $500. That's insane. I am a substitute teacher, a para-educator at the school district, and I'm earning almost $3,000-4,000. I am living in an expensive area where I'm just paying my rent, and my daughter has been moved out of my home for the past eight months now, saying that my home is not a neutral place. And when I started bringing her home with the unmonitored visitations, the aunt and the father made problems again for me. And it has now, I don't know how to address those issues. I don't know what to do.
Well, let me tell you what I think you should do. You probably have monitored or supervised visitation with the child right now. And
starting soon.
Annie, let me finish, okay? Because I'm trying to tell you what to do. Now, those visits are monitored by a person that's been approved by CPS in your county. So that person's report should be attached to any report submitted by CPS to the judge. And if they're not attached, what you should do is you and your attorney should submit them to the judge yourself, submit them into evidence. The reason is because if your monitor says, well, that never happened, the mother never talked bad or negatively about the other parent to the child, that will be the proof that you need, hopefully, that will show the judge that that's not true, and perhaps that it's the other way around, the father talking negatively about you. Does that make sense, Annie?
Yes, sir. It actually does make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, my attorney did not attach any of the visitation summary, did not send any of the visitation summary to the minors council, to the judge. My therapist letter was not attached to the report.
2 minutes.
Was not sent to the judge. My case manager report was not sent, and the letter of support that I had from everyone that I had been asked to do so, and none of that was attached. And the social worker has been monitoring my visits for the past 6 months until September, and just when I was getting unmonitored visits, the previous social worker stepped in saying that there is no court order which says that you should be getting unmonitored visitation. However, there was a settlement trial in June, which said it would be on the discretion of the DCFS, and the other social worker was giving me unmonitored visitation, and the one who had been on the case was not giving me unmonitored visits. So my unmonitored visits delayed for 2 weeks. And then when I finally got them, now they are putting me back again just because, things are being heard from one side of the parent, and I'm totally invisible to the judge also.
Hey,
I'm
Annie,
also invisible to the judge. I'm invisible to the panel of attorneys representing in that courtroom.
Okay, hey, Annie, this is what I want you to do. on Monday, I want you to call my office at 888-888-6582. And I'm going to go in a little bit more depth with you about what your case is about and what's happening and what you should do. We're running out of time right now. I do want to thank you for calling and thank you for listening this evening and sharing your story. But we have to take another break right now and pay some bills. This is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win. We'll be right back after these messages.